Welcome to a Song of Ice and Fire Symposium. My name is Nav, and my pronouns are they, them.
And my name's Harmit, and my pronouns are Hershey, like the chocolate.
And this is A Storm of Swords, chapters 12 and 13. Tyrion and Arya. In these chapters, Tyrion and Arya have a couple of reunions. Yay!
Is it yay?
I don't know.
We don't know yet if it's a yay.
Welcome to the podcast, everyone. I wonder if my voice sounds... I feel like my voice is like deeper earlier in the morning, right?
Yeah.
Because I haven't used it enough.
Oh, yeah. Both of us sound like 3 octaves lower right now. And I literally, like, every time I snap out of it, but then my jaw, goes back, and I'm just like, what's happening?
Yeah, so y'all know what to expect, just like,
Yes.
But we'll take it slow. We'll get through it. Not that it's a task. We like this. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I was like kind of looking ahead to some upcoming stuff in this book, and it's just whoa. Like there's like some things that like everybody looks forward to, but there's some things that I look forward to. And
okay. Damn.
Like I'm looking forward to things that are beyond just like the popular things to look forward to.
Wow, you're so cultured and so
unlike you who didn't get a Schitt's Creek reference.
Yeah. I don't Schitt's Creek.
What?
It's a verb. I don't Schitt's Creek.
Oh, you don't Schitt's Creek. I thought you were gonna be clever and be like, I don't give a Schitt's Creek.
No.
Okay. Not time for cleverness this morning.
No.
Okay. What are we doing here? Oh, right, recording a podcast. People are listening. So, Harmith, who died in these chapters? I should like really make a list of our segment thingamajig so I can check them off every time.
Yes. Yeah, but maybe the contract should come before that.
Shit! No, stop it! I don't give a Schitt's Creek.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm just teasing you. What did you ask me?
Who dies in these chapters?
No
I have one.
Who?
Arya's secret identities.
True. They do that die in these
anybody
chapters.
Else?
I don't think so. Weirdly enough.
I feel like Shay probably not actually, but like on her way to that because Tyrion's they're both making bad decisions, you know?
Yeah.
But also sad decisions. I don't know. Okay, we'll get to that. And then nobody in Arya's. I guess nobody in Arya's. Wow.
No deaths.
We had a deathless episode. We didn't even hear about anybody dying.
Yeah. I don't
Are we sure we're reading the right book?
I don't even know. I mean, Tyrion might have heard about a death that we've heard about like 20 times already, so we were like, okay, nobody cares.
Oh yeah.
We'll figure it out once we get started.
Okay. Sure. So, and how did you feel about these chapters when you remembered reading them?
They were interesting. I mean, Tyrion's chapter was kind of like, I don't know. I think I analyzed their relationship too much to feel sad for them. Like, do you know what I mean? So it was just kind of another chapter for me because I wasn't like, oh, like I was like, oh, this sucks.
Yeah, like I was like, on as opposed to feeling things had.
Yeah, like I thought, oh yeah, like this sucks for them, but I wasn't really like touched necessarily. And then with Arya's, I was just like, could it be for like half of it, and then I was like, oh my god, I'm scared. So yeah. That was how I felt.
Cool. Yeah, I felt kind of sad during I don't know, I was maybe myself feeling melancholy, but I like clung on to all the sad bits in the chapters and I was like almost in tears by the end of it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it just kept so like sad. Ramping up and I was like, this is so sad, this is so sad, this is so sad. It just kept getting sadder.
Yeah.
Okay. But they were pretty good chapters. Mm-hmm. So do you want to summarize them?
Oh my god, no.
Want to? No.
That's my job.
Have to? Yes.
Yes. I'm gonna be very efficient this time. Like, I'm not gonna dawdle or, like, do too many details.
Yeah. Sounds good.
I'm gonna do a really good job.
3,
this is an affirmation.
2, 1, go.
Okay, Tyrion goes to Varys' room. So weird. So minimalist. And he's like, go get me Shay. And he updates him and he's like, why didn't you come visit me? Anyway, I'm dawdling. Shay comes in. Varys uses a disguise. They're like just like fucking and like talking. And she's like, oh my god, like can you please finally not have me as Lawless's person anymore? Like, I don't want to do this. Not my vibe. And he's like, no, I have to send you away. I just want to see you one last time.
Arya. I'm not dawdling.
Fuck. Arya. Arya. Oh my god. What's
You're
Arya
much more sweary in the morning.
No, what am I doing? Okay. Arya. Oh my god.
Okay.
Memory loss.
We'll reset for Arya.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay. They're like picking carrots, I think. They're picking carrots and stuff, and then they're like, oh, these people are coming, and then they hide, and then she's like, okay, I can take them, it's just 3 of them. And then there's Archer, Lem, and the singer Tom, and then they're like, oh, we don't want to hurt you, you're a girl. And then they like go to the inn, and they're like, oh, you have horses, ha ha ha, we have friends. And then they go to the inn, get some food, and then they're like talking, and they're like, exchange for dragons. And then she's like, no, I just want the boat, I don't want the dragons. I don't want like the check and contract.
That's a myth. That's more than a minute.
Oh my god. I'm losing my mind. It's fine.
It's okay.
There was no mind
to have. You didn't have one, so what did you lose? You haven't gained your brain yet. It's like you get points throughout the day that like leads you to a full brain.
Oh my god. And then by the time you have a full brain, you go to bed and it's a scam.
Yeah. Okay, so let's just dive on in. Okay, so Tyrion is visiting Varys, as you so eloquently stated. I don't know why. Was it eloquent? It was a statement. It was a thing. So, yeah, Tyrion.
He's kind of there before Varys. He's trying to spy and
Tyrion's
like stake
there.
out his secret stuff.
Varys is there, and then Shay is there, and then Shay is no longer there, and then Tyrion is there, and then Pod is there, and then Bronn is there.
Okay.
The end.
Okay. Honestly, that would have been a better summary than mine. Okay, so Tyrion is in Varys's bed chambers, as they call them.
Mm-hmm.
In these days, and
in
he's
these
like,
days. It's these days.
And he's like spying and kind of like, oh my god, like there's nothing
Imagine,
in these
though,
rooms.
if like Gen Z started calling their rooms bed chambers.
Bed chambers,
and it, like, became like the new slang.
Yeah, no, that cannot catch on. And then people started making TikToks like, oh, you know, my mother sent me up to my bed chamber. Like, that's so cringe. Like
I'm like I'm Gen Z, right? Like, and we're both Gen Z, but sometimes I'm just like, y'all calm down.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes I'm just like, are you 13? Because I swear you're acting like you're 13.
So yes, bed chambers.
Yes,
we haven't gotten through one.
Okay, moving on. So Tyrion's just like, so then Varys gets there and he's like humming a tune to himself, you know, fully does not expect someone to be in his room. And then he comes in and he's like,
Okay, hang on though. Is he doing it because he doesn't expect Tyrion to be there? Because like later
Or
on,
is
we
he
could
just
run
being
upon a group of
dramatic?
people who are very aware somebody's there and are singing just to kind of like throw him off.
Yeah, but I feel like Tyrion hasn't been doing anything or talking to anyone. Like, how would Varys know? Or are you saying that his intuition is just so good?
Not
that he
intuition.
knows?
I feel like he's got somebody posted watching his store who informs him.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
He knew the moment Tyrion left his room.
Yeah.
Okay, continue. Sorry.
No, I started thinking and then I just lost track of thought. But
yes,
yeah,
thinking such, intriguing audio.
Yeah. But yeah, like I just didn't think too much of it, and then, but yeah, like we've known Varys to, I guess that makes sense because we've known Varys to know things and then still be dramatic about them. I think we haven't seen him in a bit, so I forgot how dramatic he was. And he's like, "Oh my god, like I'm so sorry, like I didn't mean to abandon you, but like I just did."
It just happened, you know.
Yeah,
I lost your number. Like, I got a new phone. Who dis?
Yeah, no, we should totally catch up though. Like, I totally want to do that. And then
I did
Tyrion...
not block your number.
Totally don't let me just go unblock this so you don't figure it out right now. And so Tyrion's like, there's like, Varys is just like, oh, you're ugly now, your nose. Tyrion's like, let me go get a better, like, they have this little
he's like,
jesting.
oh, your face is so gross that it's like it hurts to look at it, so I just didn't want to put myself through that. Like, what? Which
is I don't know if that's better or worse than just saying I lost your number.
Yeah, it's a total excuse because he didn't, like, he's seen much worse. He's definitely seen much worse. And we know one of his like personas is like the jailer when he went to like go see Ned and the things you could see in the black cells, like,
oh yeah,
when you could see in the black cells.
Yeah, literally. But yeah, so they're kind of catching up. Tyrion's like, okay, so Pycelle's being restored? And then, you know, Varys is like, yeah. And then he's like, ugh, fucking Cersei. And then he's like, actually, no.
Your dad did this after I told him that the Archmaesters wanted to put a Tyrell in their place.
Yeah. This is interesting that they go off of ability more than birth. Which I was like, okay.
Yes, but like, obviously Tywin is still concerned about that birth part.
Yes. Tywin's like, the Tyrells. He's like, the Tyrells are gonna do what we fucking did. And I'm like,
yeah, they're gonna infiltrate.
Yes, I'm like, go off, I guess.
Yeah, and as Varys says, like, Pycelle may be a rat or a toad.
But better a Lannister toad than a Tyrell toad, no?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, okay, why do they need to be toads? But sure. And then the next update,
which is funny because like later in Arya's chapter, Lem's singing that song, and no, not Lem. Seven of Strings is singing that song, or Thomas Evans, Seven of Strings. What am I saying? Thomas Evans is singing that song, and he's like, the innkeeper's wife with a face plainer than a toad. Like, there's a lot of references to toads.
Right. Yeah, that's weird. Are toads the new ravens?
Ravens toads are the new ravens.
Last season. Or spiders,
yeah, hashtag toad is the new raven.
Yeah, like the amount of like, I don't know. These books just love animals. I mean, they're fantasy, so like it makes sense that like animals are kind of everything, but it's just like I don't think we'd heard of Toad before. Anyway, we are focusing a lot.
Yes,
okay, so
Neville is not in this.
Yeah.
What's Neville's Toad's name?
Oh my god. I don't remember.
No, I really need to know. Hang on.
Snuffles?
No. Snuffles is the dog.
Oh, that's funny.
No, is it? No, there's no Snuffles. Wait, Snuffles is not a thing. I was thinking Fluffy, because that's
right. Oh, Snickers? I swear it's like a
No. Neville's toad. Fuck.
Okay.
Oh my god.
We should either search this up or
we
move
really
on.
need to search this up because we cannot move forward without it.
Okay. But we can't sit here
Trevor.
thinking.
I didn't even need to search it up. I just remembered Trevor.
Trevor. Okay.
Yes,
I don't know
Trevor.
why.
That's a different book series, so let's focus on this book series that does not have
yeah.
Trevor.
Yeah.
The toad.
Yes. So the next update is that Boris Blunt is also being restored, and that's the dude. Blunt. That's the dude that like was supposed to protect Tommen, and then Bronn took Tommen, and he was like, "Be my guest," and Cersei was like, "You were supposed to be my dude." So since Tywin is doing this now, he's kind of on Tywin's side.
Yeah,
so
which
like,
is
great.
a half win for Tyrion.
Yeah,
kind of like it's like his enemy's lost, so he's like, "I'll take it."
Yeah. Honestly, I'm kind of thinking about it now. I'm like, who is it better? Like in terms of Tyrion, is it better for Tywin? It might be better for Tywin to have it because Tywin's a bit more like logical about it sometimes. Like I feel like Cersei has moments where she's like, I'm not gonna do that just because he's on your side,
Mm-hmm.
So it might be better to have it. So I guess it's like a half win. So yeah, and like too many tos. Tyrion's like, okay, whatever, I don't really care.
Tyrion, Tywin, Tyrell, Toad.
Too much. Too much. And then he's kind of like, so, like, why are you here? Are you talking about Mandon Moore? Because I know Bronn's been trying to find out about Mandon Moore.
Mm-hmm.
And
this dude had no friends, like maybe family somewhere off in the Vale. Who knows?
Yeah, like none of the Kingsguard, none of the other, like,
nobody likes him. He's just there.
Damn, I feel kind of bad. I'm like, damn, go off, I guess, in a bad way. Go off alone, I guess.
Yeah, so either way, Tyrion's like, yeah, whatever. That's not why I'm here. I haven't found any dirt on him, but he's thinking this to himself, but I'm not here for that. So I'm here because I want you to bring me Shay. And Varys is like, is that a wise idea? And Tyrion's like, yes, because I am going to bring her here to send her away. Also, Varys not just says, like, is that a wise idea? He says, it would be a shame if your father hanged her, which is a private conversation that Tyrion had with his dad. And yeah, I mean, we know Varys is always
Varys
listening, but like,
everything.
That was a pretty significant conversation too. So like,
yeah, I think at this point I'm just kind of like,
yeah, it's run of the mill, old Varys being Varys.
Yeah, at this point I'm shocked if he doesn't know something. But then you question if he does not know it or if he's just pretending to not know it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder what would happen if like Varys were no longer working in this court, like
no, literally.
So much kind of like
same thing with like I feel like him, like so many people on the council have like come and gone, but like him and Littlefinger like just kind of like do their things and they move so many
they've kind of made themselves indispensable.
Yeah,
which is smart but also bad for like anybody who's trying to do shit.
Yeah. What's Varys's like job again? Like what's he called?
Master Whisperers.
So did that exist before?
Well, he was Master of Whisperers for Aerys.
Yeah, but did that exist before Varys? Because who would have? Like, is this
may
a
not have
trained
been
profession?
Called that, but like I assume they had spies. Like everybody's got to have spies.
Right, but Varys is just like a god at it, so they were like, go off.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the history of this position is.
Okay. Yeah, so he's like, I just want to see Shay one last time, and then Varys is kind of like Tyrion's kind of like, okay, like, Tyrion's like, I've seen her a bunch of times, but like, I didn't want to initiate anything.
He saw
because
her
I think
flirting with a knight, and he was so jealous.
Yeah. And he's like, oh my god, like, I think everyone's watching me. And Varys is like, that's because they are.
Yeah. The Kettle
so-
Blacks are watching him for his
Yeah.
sister. And hang on.
And the older one and Cersei, Osmond and Cersei are kind of like...
Yeah, Cersei's kind of, I don't know.
Like,
What's
I guess
the word?
insinuating, like, a bit.
Yeah, like she would. Yeah, they haven't had sex yet, but she's definitely kind of like stringing him along in the hopes that she would have sex for him. No, sex with him for him to get to work for her. Okay, wow, that was a,
Yeah.
them Kettle Blacks.
Yeah. And then Tyrion's
also
like, Tyrion's like, I'm gonna frame them, but whatever, not the thing right now.
yeah. Janos Slint's sons are still around.
He saved, but he was like, give them a good position, and it's like, this is interesting. Like, you either die or someone kills you.
Yeah. You either die or someone kills you?
Or
do you mean like you either kill or be killed?
Yeah, that's what I was
you
trying
either die
to
or
say.
someone kills you. If somebody kills you, you still die.
I know. I did not mean to say that.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then...
So they're after him, and then obviously his father's got Varys after him, and they both laugh at that, even though Tyrion's like, it's funny, but not really.
Yeah. It's like, oh my god. And then Patyre's got the brothels.
Oh, yes, him too. Forgot about him.
Mm-hmm.
I was so glad to have forgotten about him.
Yeah, and then Tyrion's like, okay. Like, Tyrion's just kind of like, okay, yeah, like, I know that, like, in his head, he's like, I know that you're spying on me, but at the same time, you already know enough to incriminate me, so the fact that you haven't, like...
Yeah, I'll trust you a bit more. So bring me Shay to a safe space, use your secret passages... And Varys is like, well, Maegor made sure there weren't secret passages in Maegor's holdfast. There's like one leading out in case of emergency, but there's like none leading to it. So I can't get her to your room. And Tyrion's like, well, then bring her here. So, which is such a weird thing. It's like, hey, you go get my sex worker and bring her to your room where we're gonna have sex. Like,
yeah. Okay, wait. So I always get confused about the geography. So where is Varys's room?
Okay. The Red Keep is like a big castle. It's got a bunch of like, towers and keeps and whatever.
Yeah.
Right? Like the Maiden's Vault and the Tower of the Hand and stuff like that. And then in the like middle, the biggest building is Maegor's Holdfast, which is a castle within the castle, and that's where like Cersei and Joffrey and like all the important people, and then she's got Tyrion there now too. Yeah. That's where they live, but there's like all these still other towers and keeps. That's Varys probably lives in one of those.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I wish we had like a map of the castle. That would be cool.
I know. I was like, bro, what's happening?
But that would be like so much detail too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's like, fine, we can, I'll see you at midnight or moonrise or something. So Tyrion goes and like reads some books trying to distract himself, but he's not that interested. And then he gets all, clean and dressed, and then he's like, wait, I can't be too dressed because everybody's gonna be like, what's he up to?
Yeah.
So he changes into like more casual clothing, and he walks on over to he makes his way to Varys's room, but on the way he like interacts with a bunch of people, one of whom is Loras. And they're just hanging out, and he's like, oh, how old are you again? And Loras says that he's 17, which is very young. And Tyrion's like, wow, that's quite young. Are you, like, why would you just choose to join the Kingsguard at 17? You've got your entire life, like, live some of it.
Yeah.
And Loras is like, yeah, well, there have been people who were younger, and your brother was one of them.
Okay, but for Prince Aemon the Dragon Knight, why did he take his vows at 17? I don't even know who this is. But I'm curious.
This is okay. Hang on. So many Targaryens and they're all named Aegon and Aemon. So Maester Aemon is named after this Aemon.
Okay.
And I think,
Cool.
okay, so technically Maester Aemon's grandfather or great-grandfather, like one of those guys, is like the king at the time, and then Aemon was the king's brother.
Oh, okay.
But there's like rumors that Aemon had sex with the king's wife, who was also their mutual sister, because, you know, Targaryens.
Oh.
And that like all of like Aemon's ancestors descend from Prince Aemon and not the king, who I think was one of the Aegons, but I cannot be sure.
Oh, that's
yeah, this was like
juicy.
another case of like a brother in the king's guard potentially having like a relationship with his sister, the queen.
Oh my god. Okay,
right?
so
Like, Jaime and Cersei are not that unique. They're just
so
unique
funny.
in that they're not Targaryen.
Right. Huh. Interesting. Okay. Damn.
Oh, wait. Now I'm like, whoa, I wonder if... Okay, so remember I've told you, like, everybody's like... People love to say that everybody's a Targaryen, like a secret Targaryen, right? One of those is, like, that Jaime and Cersei are secret Targaryens.
Oh my god.
Don't ask me on the logic behind that. I wonder if that's like one of their arguments. It's like, well, Targaryens did this shit, so they're doing this shit, so obviously.
Oh my god. That's funny. But yeah, like,
if somebody
Tyrion's
wants to like bring us the history of this Prince Aemon and clarify, please do, because I
think that was a good explanation, but I
Okay.
have no reference. But yeah, so Tyrion's kind of like, why would you do that? Like, you can't have land, you can't like have sex with anyone. Like, this is why you're literally a child.
Mm-hmm.
And Loras is like, I'm like the third son. Like, I'm not
like I don't
getting the
need
lineage
to continue my family line. And then Tyrion's like, but what about love? And this is when Loras says, when the sun has set, no candle can replace it, which, as you might imagine, is a very popular line. Everybody
love that quote. That was like my top 3 in this chapter.
Yeah, but it's so sad. Like,
the sun has
so
set,
obviously
no
this is referencing Renly. Yeah.
Anyway,
and he's 17, so it's potentially his like first love, which is like always like more intense than any others. So yeah, I feel sad for this kid. He's only 17 and he's like, well, I can never love anybody ever again. You can. It's okay. Just like...
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, not except legally you can't anymore, or like even couldn't before because he's gay. So I don't know.
Oh my god. Right. That's funny.
But yeah, it's okay. Loras, yeah, he's got hopefully a long life ahead of him. We don't know.
Yeah, I'm aiming for maybe like a fellow Kingsguard brother. It'll be like a forbidden romance.
Oh, that would be cool. Okay, who?
They're all trash.
They are all trash.
No one right now. But he'll fix them. That's the joke.
No, please, no. That would be... I hate that. No.
Yeah, but I feel like it would happen in this book. I feel like there's higher chances of that than a healthy relationship showing up here. I don't know.
Who is the hell? I think like Catelyn and Ned kind of had a healthy relationship, except he like had this huge secret about Jon. So like, how healthy can your relationship be if it's based on such a big lie kind of thing? Yeah,
but I feel like it was still... I would say it was still...
It was the healthiest, probably.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think who else has... Wow, the fact that we cannot think of any examples is so sad.
Yeah, I don't think anyone else.
Okay, question of the week. Who has the healthiest relationship in all of Westeros?
No one. Maybe like I literally can't. There's nobody.
Maybe like when Renly was alive, Loras and Renly.
Yeah, I would hope so.
I mean, you know, Renly did marry Loras' sister, which is awkward, but
Renly buried Loras' sister?
married.
Oh, married. Yeah, but that was like they all knew.
Okay.
What
You
they were
think
getting
Marjorie
into.
knew?
Oh, I think so. Because
Okay.
they seemed close. Like, I feel like... And if she didn't initially know, I feel like by some point she would have known.
Okay. All right. So, where are we going? Oh, yes. Okay, let's move on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Lady
after
Varys
hearing
shows
Loras...
up.
Wait, there's more. So, like hearing Loras talk about this, you know, even Tyrion remembers back to his love with... Have we heard her name?
Tysha?
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
I'm so glad because I was like, about to
Yeah.
give it away. And I was like, no, wait, I don't know if we've heard it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, with Tysha. And yeah, he's like sad for himself. So, you know. And then he passes a group of people fighting a pair of dogs, which what? Why? People, why? Anyway, so finally he gets inside Varys' room and a woman is there and he's like, whoa, this isn't Shay. And it's actually Varys.
Disguise god.
Yeah. And like Shay steps behind him and like, you know, puts her hands over his eyes and is like, guess who? Or whatever. And when she takes her hands off of his eyes, Varys is gone. So Tyrion's like, okay, what is going on? Obviously this room has to have like all the secret whatevers.
Yeah.
But where are they at?
Yeah.
So yeah, so they start making out, you know, having sex, that whole thing. Yeah, and like afterwards, he's like thinking to himself, he's like, oh, it feels so good to hold her and to be held. How can something this sweet be a crime? And I was just like, you know, that is sad.
Mm-hmm.
That's like Tyrion's, like, he just wants somebody to love him, you know? That's why he gets into all the trouble, because he never got it from his family or anyone. Yeah. It's so sad. Somebody just love this person. Okay, anyway, so they're talking and Shay's like, oh, hey, will you give me back my jewels and silks now? I asked Varys to give them back to me when you were hurt and I thought you might die, but he didn't. And Tyrion's like, yeah, well, I'm not dead, so you don't have to worry about that. And she's like, yeah, okay, fine, but like, can I like get my house you promised now? Like, what's going on? Can you, like, why do I have to keep serving, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is fair. So he took away her jewels and stuff when she had to, like, you know, pretend to be a maid for Lawless during the siege and all of that. And what do you think about this before I put all of my things onto it?
Yeah, I mean, like, if he's planning this, like, because his thing is like, oh, this is my last time seeing you, and then I'm going to send you away.
Yeah.
Which to me is like, okay, so she's no longer in this position, so give her shit and say goodbye.
Yeah, because this is her payment, right? Like,
yeah.
And he promised her a manse, which is like a contract. So, like, yeah. So, like, you know,
but his emotions are kind
she
of
wants
just
to be
like,
paid for her work.
Yeah.
But he's so like, oh, I love her, so obviously she loves me and is in it for that, like, kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
And she's really good at her job. And he's convinced of it, so
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, Tyrion, pay her. Like, give her what she's owed. This is not cool. Yeah. So anyway, Tyrion's like, okay, well, whatever. And Shay starts talking about the wedding that's coming up, and she's like, oh, Simon says, which, like, every time, like, her, I was like, Simon says, that there's to be, like, a singers and attorney and tumblers and fools and joust and all of that stuff. And can I attend it? Can I pretend to be a lady and I'll just, like, hide in the corner and, you know, and I can even come meet you, like, in the bathroom and we can do our thing. And, you know, she just so desperately wants to go there. And he's like, yeah, that is not happening. Which he's right to, like, yeah, that would end up getting her killed. But, like, once again, pay her so she can get on with her life. Like,
yeah. Yeah, but I'm just like, she would definitely have to go somewhere else, right? Because, like, people know her now, you know?
Yeah, but, like, before this, she was a camp follower, so, like, she ain't, like, worried about traveling, right? Like,
I'm not saying she's worried about anything. I'm just, like, thinking out loud.
And
I'm
sex
like,
work is always in demand, so, like,
yeah,
she's definitely, yeah. Like, pay her what she's owed, get her a ship to somewhere, and, like,
yeah,
because that's like, so he's doing all this as like, oh, I'm so worried for her safety, but he's not doing the things that actually get her to safety. Yeah, she's eventually she's like, okay, fine, I won't be your lady, but can you at least just keep me safe? And he's such a sucker that he's like, yes, okay. Oh
my god. Also, sorry, 77 courses and 100 doves baked into a great pie?
That's pigeon pie.
Sir, people are starving.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? I can't. This is too much. I rewatched, like, the Hunger Games last week, and this was, like, all of their feasts in the capital, where they're, like, freaking eating, and then they're drinking the thing to throw up so they can eat more. And I'm just like, can you not? Like,
yeah, which is so healthy, you know?
Oh, yeah.
That's exactly what your body's meant to do.
Of course.
Yeah, it's no good. So also in there somewhere, they talk about, like, the secret entrance, and she's like, oh, it's under the stone bed. And he's like, but how does he move it? Apparently there's, like, a button he pushes, so magic.
Yeah, that's honestly cool.
Yeah.
Like,
but also, okay, so, but wouldn't it be loud? Like, if it's something this heavy, wouldn't it be so loud every time?
Apparently not.
I guess, yeah. But we've seen this kind of stuff before, like when Arya was roaming the castles and she came upon Varys and Illyrio, and there was that well that wasn't there, but then was there. Or, no, hang on. They're coming up like a well, and then after they're done, they press a button, and then it closes over as if it were never there.
Oh, I didn't remember this.
Yeah, we talked about it in detail because I was obsessed with it.
That's funny. Nice.
Yeah, so he says he's going to keep her, and it's just like, okay, Tyrion, bad decisions. Just, yeah.
What was the point of this entire interaction then?
Yeah, exactly.
You were going to say goodbye.
Honestly, like, I'm sure he doesn't feel this way, but, like, he should just, like, write a letter, or I don't know if she can read, but like he should do it by proxy, not like himself.
Yeah.
He should break up through Varys or something.
Oh
you
my
know,
God. Yeah,
because he
yeah.
feels like it's a breakup and she feels like it's the end of a contract.
Yeah.
At least I think so. I don't know. Do you think she has genuine affection for him, or is this all about just the money?
This is what I mean, where I see their relationship, like, I'm always analyzing, because I
So
don't know.
what was your analysis?
I think, like, I don't know. That's why I keep doing it, because I never get anywhere. But then every time the conclusion is just like, okay, either way, like, regardless of whether she actually has affection for him or whether she doesn't, they have to leave this role first for that to ever happen. Like, do you know what I mean? It has to be established. Like, she needs to get paid, and then like that whole, like, let's say she genuinely like loved him, which I don't think, but like, let's say she did, and like this was like a thing, I don't know, but like I just feel like, just to like balance.
Yeah, because he has all the power right now,
Yeah.
and she doesn't even have her salary. So
So I feel like just to balance it out, like it just, there would need to be some sort of like, okay, that was all that, you've been paid for that, now we're starting fresh, and like, we're
exactly,
you know?
She has no choice but to keep serving him because he hasn't paid for her work up till now.
Yeah, so I feel like it's like, whether she likes him is kind of irrelevant, but I still find myself trying to figure it out. But like, I don't know, I just feel like most of it is just like you said, like she's just good at her job, but then there's some moments where I'm like, I don't know, but like I just get to the same conclusion where I'm like, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. What about Tyrion? Is he in love with her? Is he infatuated? Like, or do you think he? Because like,
I mean, they don't
in the
know
last
anything
book,
about
he would
each
be
other.
like, "Oh, this is so great," but then he'd be like, "No, you're a fool. This is just her job." Like, he would correct himself, but he didn't even do that this time.
Yeah.
So
I think it's kind of like, yeah, I think Tyrion is definitely very infatuated, and I think he thinks he loves her, but he doesn't even know her, you know?
Yeah.
Like, all they know about each other is like each other's bodies, really.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we don't know anything about her. I don't know what she, you know, we know that she likes jewels. That's kind of it.
Right, but who wouldn't like jewels?
No, exactly, yeah. So that's not really a personality trait. But, yeah, I don't know. I mean, we kind of know about her is that she kind of like, I don't know, she's ambitious, you know? She's like, I want to go to the feast. I want to, like, she always wants to do all of these, like, really, like, like, cool things, which, like, once again, why wouldn't you?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah,
anyway,
this relationship is a mess. And then she's like, yeah, okay. And then...
So she leaves, he leaves, he goes back to his room, and he wakes poor Pod and yells at him to go get Bronn. And Bronn comes in later, much later, and he's mad because he was pulled away from Chataya's, which, like, Tyrion's, like, annoyed at that, you know, because he's like, oh, you're going to the same person that you thought I go to, like, you know?
Yeah.
Which is kind of, like, ballsy of Bronn to be like, because Bronn still thinks that it's Arya who was working for him.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, well, I'll do the same thing, you know? He's equating himself with Tyrion, and Tyrion doesn't like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he's brought him here to go look for Simon Silvertongue and to bring him to Tyrion. Mm-hmm. And what do you think is going to come of this?
I don't know, because he's like, oh, don't kill him, but it's like, are you planning to, how are you going to...
The last time he didn't kill somebody was Pycelle.
Yeah, but like, that didn't go very well. Like, what are you going to do?
That's what I'm saying.
Are you going to like put him in the dungeon? Are you going to send him away, give him a better job prospect? But then he could still leak info. So it's
Yeah.
like, don't you kind of have to kill him if this is your paranoia that he's gonna, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, really, what are you gonna do? So, I
Also,
don't know.
like, the longer this continues, the more people are going to find out. And are you going to kill everyone that finds out, Tyrion?
Yeah.
Like,
No, literally.
that's not sustainable.
Yeah. But yeah, like, I'm like, I don't know how this is gonna end, just because, like,
You
it
haven't
just
read the
doesn't...
book.
Yes, but it just doesn't feel very productive. Also, are knights, like, because Sir Bron's like, oh, like, he's implying, like, okay, so he's a knight now. Do
Mhm.
knights have, like, a salary? Is that why he's not worried about money anymore?
He has a salary for working from Tyrion, but knights have like a social standing, you know?
Right.
Like, there's like the king and then the great lords and the lords and whatnot, right?
Right.
And
but
then
it's
knights are like,
knights.
yeah, exactly. So,
Okay, so it's like off of that, he can just kind of go do whatever he wants.
exactly. Like, before they would be like, who the fuck are you at Chataya's?
Like,
But now he's
yeah.
like, I'm Sir Bron. So they're like, well, you're a knight, so we'll let you in.
Right, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Chataya's has got the who the fuck is Discord channel.
Oh my
That's
God.
where they keep track of their clientele.
That's so funny.
They're like, this dude came in today and like he said he was a knight. Can we do like a background check on him?
I'm dead.
Can somebody search the wiki and get me all his info?
Oh my God. We actually don't have internet here, so thanks. I don't know how I'm texting you right now. Oh my God.
Okay.
It's pigeon mail converted to speech, or converted to text. Or, no, pigeon mail converted to speech to text. Yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
The pigeons like go and say your thing to a maester and the maester transcribes it and then brings it to you.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Let's are there any predictions? How is this gonna end? Let me answer that for you. Not well.
Yes, I am aware. I think, I don't know. I'm worried.
That's not like a legitimate thing. Like,
That's
I was
joke.
joking. What's
Okay.
your
Sure,
actual
you were
prediction?
joking.
Do you think that they might
in these books, that's a
get
spoiler
married
enough.
and ride off into the sunset?
No, this definitely feels like Shay's gonna be killed and Tyrion's gonna be...
Okay, and she's gonna
ousted
be
from the
killed like
family.
at Tywin's order for
Yeah,
okay.
type 5. Because I just, like, I don't see the singer thing going well. Because Tyrion, especially if Tyrion doesn't kill him, then I see this immediately going south, so...
Right. And Varys, is he gonna keep faith?
Is Varys gonna keep faith? I think so. I feel like for whatever reason, he's, like, he has some loyalty to Tyrion.
Okay.
Like, he could have done so much shit by now.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on to Arya then.
Okay. Arya. So Arya's getting some carrots.
Sorry, I needed to write something down.
Okay. So
yes,
Arya's
so Arya
got
and
carrots.
Party are digging up an abandoned garden and trying to find some food when they hear somebody singing and approaching. And they're like, oh shit, let's hide. So they go and hide, and down the road come these 3 dudes. One of them's the singer with the harp. The other one's got a lemon cloak. And the third one is an archer.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just singing, and they're like, oh, wow, that wall over there looks like somebody could be hiding. And I mean, we could shoot them and kill them right now, but if they're honest people, they'll reveal themselves. And so Arya's like, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Y'all don't kill us.
Okay. So
Go
I'm
ahead.
a little confused about the logic here. Because, so I get that they're like, this is like their like strategy or whatever. But like, were they, like, did they see Arya? Did they assume Arya? Or are they speaking loud enough for the wall? to hear them. Do you know what I mean?
Arya specifically, like behind the tree as opposed to behind the wall?
Yeah, because can the people behind the wall hear them? So why are they doing this whole banter?
They can hear them behind the wall.
Okay,
it's
the
just
wall's
a wall.
Yeah, but like, are they speaking loud enough? Like, I imagine, like, how far away are they from the wall?
They can hear them behind the wall.
Okay, that makes sense. Because I think in my mind the wall was, because I'm imagining the garden in between. So I'm like, the wall's farther.
Like, it can't be. It's like a little plot of land, what I'm imagining. It's like one wall that's left remaining, you know?
Okay. Then that makes sense. Because I was like, there's no way they could have, I guess they could have seen Arya, but like how, you know? Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. But they're clearly aware that like Arya, or maybe not specifically that Arya, Gendry, and Hot Pie are here, but that like some people are in this area. So that's why they like came singing and, you know, baiting kind of. So Arya steps up and is like, okay, don't kill us. And they're like, oh boy. And she's like, I'm not a boy. Like, you know, the same song and dance every time. Also earlier, sorry. So it was Hot Pie and Arya that were digging in the garden and Gendry was sleeping. So when they hear the song, she's like, go wake Gendry. And she's like, he's a lot easier to wake, unlike Hot Pie, who needs to be kicked and shouted at.
That was funny.
Yeah. Unlike someone. Someone slept in today.
I don't need to be kicked and shouted at. I just need my alarm to be far enough away that I have to get up and turn it off.
Yeah.
Which is tough.
So they... Hang on. Wow, I summed up like 4 pages. Not 4 pages, but like a lot more pages than I thought. So I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Also, okay, so she steps up and... She steps up and they're like, oh, like you're like a girl and like you guys are children. Oh wait, you have horses, you know? And they're like, okay, before
like,
that, hang on. She steps up and she's like, oh, there are only 3 of them, because before that she couldn't see them. And she's like, Syria could fight more than 3, and I have Hot Pie and Gendry, but they're boys and these are men. And I'm like, you're a child. You're a child. Like, she's not even thinking about like herself. Like, she's like, I can handle myself, but these older than me, bigger than me, kids with me cannot.
Yes. Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah,
and then
so like
he shoots like 1 arrow and she comes back to reality. She's like, oh, okay, this couldn't happen anyway.
Yeah, she's about to defy them, but that's when like Angai, we learn, shoots an arrow and aims it like right past her neck, and she's like, you missed, and he's like, did I though? Did I?
Oh, yeah.
And then so they introduce themselves. Hot Pie is just like, I'm Hot Pie. And then they make a joke about like, oh, who are your friends? Squab and
Mutton
Turkey.
Chop?
Mutton Chop. That was what it was. And Arya's like, yeah, I'm Squab. Just go with it. And they say, they introduce themselves as Tom of 7 Streams, or Tom 7 Strings, or Tom of Sevens. This guy's got a lot of names.
Oh my god.
And then Lem, short for Lemon Cloak. And then the archer is Angai, who, fun fact, this guy, remember that Hans tourney? Angai won the archers competition in that tourney. We hear about him in book 1. It's like, oh, this guy named Angai won. Like, it's just like a passing comment, but
yeah, nice.
So we've heard of this dude before.
Wow.
And yeah, they do their like, oh, are you, one of Lord Bolton's people? Because she's still wearing the sigil, which I'm like, turn your shirt inside out, like,
Yeah.
You don't need to be giving yourself away every time.
Yeah.
And if you run across Bolton people, then turn it back around and be like, look, I'm on your side.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And one of them calls her little, and she's like, I'm not little. I'm not a child. And she thinks to herself, children don't kill people. And she had. And this again, I was like, oh my god. The forced to grow up before her time is just like
Yeah.
really, really saddening to me.
Yeah.
I think that's got like a little bit of a personal thing for me too, because I'm much too old for my age. And
Yeah.
people like always compliment me, and you're like, oh, you're so mature, and I'm like, yeah, I wish I weren't though.
Yeah.
You know,
I know.
you get it.
I know.
You're in the same boat.
Yes, I'm an old lady.
The older child syndrome is just no fun.
Yeah.
Okay. Another question of the week. Tell us about your traumas. No, don't. I'm sorry. That's triggering. I'm sorry. Let me shut up.
Oh my god. Okay. I don't know how to change the topic.
It got too dark too quick. Like, this is what happens. Okay, so she asks who they are, and they say they're Kingsmen. And King Robert's men.
Okay, I don't understand what this means.
Hang on, we'll get to that. Okay. First, Gendry is like, that old drunk, he's dead. Some boar killed him. Everyone knows that, which is funny because that's your dad, Gendry, and you don't know it.
Yeah.
It's just, it's such a kind of like a running joke that like Gendry doesn't know who his dad is. Like, it just continues to be a thing.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, where are you heading? And Hot Pie obviously is like, oh, we're looking for a river run. Do you know how far it is?
Oh my god. I can't. And Arya's
just
like, I will stuff rocks in your mouth if you don't shut up.
Yeah. Okay. Do we want to talk about their King Robert's men now or after?
I mean,
do we want to finish this?
We can talk about it after.
I noted it down so that we can make sure we don't miss it. Okay. Sometimes we'll be like, let's talk about it after, and then we don't talk about it, and I'll be editing it. I'll be like, whoa, I can't deal with this right now.
Oh my god.
Okay, but so they're like, oh, river run's far away. Why don't you come to our friendly inn for some tea and coffee, or like have a meal? You look hungry, and then you can be on your way. It's all good. Mm-hmm. And so they're like, okay, fine, we will go. And they bring out the horses, and they're like, okay, we'll come with you, but you have to go in front of us, so you can't pull some shit behind our backs. And they're like, yeah, fine, just go ahead. Oh, also, before Arya agrees, though, that this is when they threaten her with the arrow, and like Angai's so like quick with it. She's like, oh, I thought I knew what Syrio meant by like quick as a snake and smooth as summer silk, but I had it all wrong. This guy's got it. Like, I need to be more like him. And she has this thought like a few times where she's like, I wish I knew how to use a bow and arrow. I wish I knew how to shoot, you know? Yeah. So they follow them back to the inn, and sing. Hot Pie joins Tom in some singing. And this Bear and the Maiden Fair song is really popular. Like, we heard it during Sansa and the Tyrells meeting, and now it's here, and I feel like we've heard it once before somewhere, right?
I don't know.
Okay, anyway, it's a popular song. It's the, all the hits.
It's the Billboard chart of this day.
Exactly.
But yeah, Arya's kind of like, wow, I didn't know Hot Pie was good at anything except baking because he didn't sound bad.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, Arya.
Yeah. And but she's like, I don't like songs. Singing is stupid. We heard you a long way off, and we could have killed you. And Tom's like, yeah, I don't think so, but sure.
If you say so.
So on their way, they kill a duck and take it along. And it's funny because Lem goes to like get wades into the water to get the duck, and he's like, oh, I wish I had some lemons to make it with, which like Lem with his lemon cloak wanting lemons is just too much.
Oh my god.
Right?
Yeah.
All the lemons and toads in this book.
Nah.
And Sansa's favorite dish is like lemon cakes, right?
Oh yeah. Ugh,
So anyway, they come upon the inn, and Arya notices that they've got a boat. Oh, also, not just that they got a boat, but that the inn has a painted sign above the door showing a picture of some old king on his knees. I wonder where we've seen that before. So this is the exact same inn that Brienne and party were just at.
Yeah, this was wild.
Oh my god, sorry. In my head, I'm like, did I say that right, Brienne? Because I'm like mixing all of the terrible pronunciations of the narrator in my head. I'm like, yeah, it's Brienne, not Brian. Brian is not right. It's Brienne.
Brian.
I needed to take a second. Yeah, so she's like, maybe we could sail to River Run, you know, steal their boat and sail on over. It'll be much faster.
Yeah.
Except they don't know how to sail. Really?
Yeah. She's like, it's fine.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
And so Gendry stays in the stables to like look after the horses, and then they go in, Hot Pie and Arya go in to eat. And so they come upon the wife. Mm-hmm. They just call like the husband said, the wife said, like that's just what they call him, I think. Yeah. And so this is the wife that was missing during Jaime's chapter. Yeah. And we were like, where is she? Turns out she was like the next town over helping somebody give birth. So like it was a lot less suspicious than it seemed. Because the dude was like, she's not here. That's all you need to know. He couldn't have just been like, yeah, she's helping out. Like,
yeah. He made it sound like, okay, what is she up to?
Yeah.
And it's just funny because, like, last chapter there was so much the man who was not the innkeeper. The man who was not the innkeeper. And this time they're like, oh no, Sharna's the innkeep. And it's just like, y'all need to pick a side.
Right, but it was totally different set of characters, so.
I know, but it's just like, okay, like, Are you the innkeeper? No.
Well, technically, his wife is the innkeeper.
Yes.
So yeah, they come on in and, you know, she's friendly enough and she's like, I'll get you some food, have a seat, and I'll give you some ale because what is it? Something ran out.
Cider.
The cider ran out. So she's getting these kids drunk, which like in any other instance would be so suspicious. But this whole chapter felt like such a like contained world, like almost outside of the war, you know?
Yeah. Yeah,
like,
it was like a nice little, like, oh, these people see them as kids, and they're literally like, oh, you're kids, like, let us feed you, and also try to take your horses, but we can ignore that part.
Yeah, like, you gotta have a little bit of that, but other than that, it was like a real nice interaction, you know? Slice of regular life in the middle of war. It was pretty nice.
Yeah. And I loved, like, he was like Arya called hot pie, and she was like, where is this hot pie? And then they kind of explain.
And she's like, oh, you can't be that under my roof. Yeah. I'm gonna give you, I give my dinners and my dishes, diners and my dishes different names so as to tell them apart.
I enjoyed that. She's so like, it's just, like, she's, like, I just enjoyed her personality.
She gives me Molly Weasley energy, you know?
Oh, yeah.
She's like bossing everybody around, but also taking care of everybody. She's like, get your shit done.
Yeah.
She's like, husband, hang this. Husband, wash these. Like, yes, that's right.
Yeah, it was funny.
And this is when Hot Pie's like, she's like, well, if I served you a cup of soup full of dead flies, would you drink it? And Hot Pie's like, Arya would. I mean, Squab. He's so bad at this.
I can't. He's so bad at this.
Yeah. This is when Tom, like, so they go away to make the food, and Tom starts singing, "A lonely inn on a forest road. The innkeep's wife was plain as a toad."
Oh my god.
And
Arya's like, "Can you sail a boat, Hot Pie?"
I think before that, is it even? Yeah, so they toast to the king, all 12 of them. And okay, this is when they start talking to the husband, and he's like, I saw some strange horses. And they're like, yeah, they're nicer horses than the ones you gave away. And he's like, no, I sold them. And besides, you were supposed to get them back, which is, you know, confirmation of like the whole last thing. He sent them, Brienne and Jaime and Cleo's that way so that they could be robbed again or once. I don't know. Is it again? I guess he kind of robbed them when he like overcharged for the horses, and then now he was going to take the horses back. Okay, stop it. That's me. I'm talking to me. Yeah. Lem's like, they never came our way, and he's like, well, you probably were asleep or drunk. And he's like, and then us drunk? Tom drank a long draught of ale. Never. Yeah, and this is where we find out that the wife was over somewhere helping somebody give birth, and that was cool. And the husband's like, oh, it was probably one of you no, not bastards. One of you. Sorry, I can't say bastards because that like
has
means
a
something in this world, you know?
Yeah.
One of you people. One of you idiots who did this. And yeah, they're just going back and forth and all of that. And
they're like talking about like Brienne and Jaime and like,
yeah, like how they had like a look in his eyes that the innkeeper didn't like, and that Brienne was like, you know, looked like she could fight, so he wouldn't have been able to take the three of them on his own. So it was the whole thing. Yeah. Anyway, so they bring out the bread, and it's hard and all of that. And as they're eating, Tom comes over and sits in front of Arya and is like, okay, passes over a piece of paper and is like, here's 3 gold dragons. I need to buy your horses. And she's like, this is not money. It's only writing, as Hot Pie says it.
Yeah.
And Tom's like, yeah, it's writing right now, but after the war, when we definitely survive and can track you down via your P.O. box, post, whatever, we're gonna pay you back. This is an IOU.
Yes.
And this is when Arya's like, oh, you're not Kingsmen, you're robbers. And he's like, well, would robbers even give you a piece of paper? Oh, and sorry. So she's like, all like, oh my god, these people, like, they're gonna take our stuff no matter what I say. And then she has a thought, well, keep your paper, but give me your boat and also show us how to use it. Like, and then you can have our horses.
Yeah.
And this is when Tom like starts laughing, and everybody else starts laughing, and the innkeepers start laughing, and even Arya is about to smile. And is it like, are they laughing like, yeah, that's a good deal, or like, ha, you're mad that we would give you?
No, I think it's just because the boat isn't like super amazing, and like the fact that she's like, I'm not gonna take your dragons. I think they're laughing at that because they're like, you're gonna give us those amazing horses for pretty much nothing. I feel like they're just laughing at her.
Paper is nothing.
Paper is nothing, but it's still like, Like, the fact that you're
No,
willing to
I don't
settle
think
a
they
boat.
value that paper more than that boat.
Yeah, but, like...
They could use that boat. Or are they going to keep... How many times are they going to keep passing on paper?
I don't know. But, like, I just feel like...
Which, also, that's what we do. Like, we don't even do paper anymore, right? We do, like, numbers on a computer.
Yeah.
Like,
money
our
is
currency
fake.
is so arbitrary.
Yeah. Money does not exist.
Like,
Money
gold
is
for
fake.
gold, kind of get it. Gold for paper, okay, I guess.
Yeah.
Paper for paper. Paper for things for...
Okay. We're gonna stop this train.
Thank you.
This is too much. This is our entire economy. I can't. It's fine. Okay, moving on. What's happening?
Yes, okay, this is when Gendry comes in and yells riders. There's like 12 of them coming down the road. And everybody's like, calm down. We'll take care of you. Don't you worry about it.
Yeah.
And this is when she's like, I can't. So she grabs her like thing of ale and punches Lem with it and breaks his nose.
Yep.
And she's panicking because she's like, oh my God, it's happening again. They're going to take us and turn her. She says they were going to steal her sword and turn her back into a mouse, which, again, come on.
I can't.
So she like tries to run, but Lem's got her, and it's all like wild, like there's shouting and all of it. And that's when all the people come in, and it's all these random people until she's like, Harvin? It was under the beard and the tangled hair was the face of Hullen's son, who used to lead her pony around the yard, ride at Quinton with John and Rob, and drink too much on feast days. He was thinner, harder somehow, and at Winterfell he had never worn a beard, but it was him, her father's man. And I think that like realization that like a little bit of home makes her go Harvin, like, you know, that's what triggers her to like let down her guard and just blurt it all out.
I know, and she's like the tears came and she found herself weeping like a baby, just like some stupid little girl. And it's just like the entire time she's so like, I'm as quick as what is it? Quick.
I don't know, but like she's, you know, being everything. So tough, and then like, it's just, but she's like 9 or 10-year-old, and
she like sees someone that she used to know, and she's like, ah.
Yeah. That her father's man was like the last stab to my gut. I was like, oh, okay, take it away.
Yeah.
And he looks at her and is like, how do you know my name?
He's like, who the
and he
fuck
like
are
sees
you?
her. Yeah, like sees her emblem and is like, what? Did you work for Bolton? And she's like, and it says, for a moment she did not know how to answer. She had so many names. Had she only dreamed Arya Stark?
Oh my
Come
God.
on.
I can't. The identity crises. I can't.
Yeah, all she can say is like, I'm a girl and you used to lead my pony when I was little. And this is when he's like, holy shit. Arya Underfoot? And he tells Lem to let go of her, and Lem's like, what? No, she broke my nose. What? Who is she even supposed to be? The Hand's daughter, Arya Stark of Winterfell. Which, oh my God, somebody finally knows who it is. Like, this may be really bad for her, but I'm just so glad that, like, you know, there's somebody who knows her.
Yeah. I don't know, bro. I can't. I don't even know how to react.
Right?
Because on
Arya
one hand, I'm
Stark
like,
of Winterfell.
On one hand,
like,
I'm
she hasn't been that for so long.
I know. It's too much. It's too much.
I hope they like hug it out and cry a lot, and then like deal with everything else.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I need to like gather myself because this is when I was like, oh my god, I'm definitely gonna cry.
Yeah.
It's too much.
Yeah.
Okay, so who are these people? These Kingsmen?
I don't understand.
You don't?
Okay, so they're like loyal to Robert. Are they just like they don't like
and
how
there's
the
like
Lannisters
some
are
people who
ruling?
were in King's Land, like Anguy was in King's Landing. We recognize
Are these
him.
the wait? I have a few questions. I keep confusing myself. Do you remember when Stannis spread that message around and he was like, "Brr, Joffrey's not Robert's son"?
Right, but then why wouldn't they be Stannis's men?
Right. Okay. So okay, that makes sense. So they're not that Kingsmen. So is it just like they're like, I don't like how the Lannisters are leading. Robert was so much better.
There's a very obvious answer to this that you're not getting.
I don't know. Oh, is it like freaking Targaryens?
No. Why would Targaryens be King Robert's men?
I don't know.
Okay, so let's gather all the facts.
Mm-hmm.
They're outlaws in the Riverlands, and what we know that they were in King's Landing during the Hand's tourney. We know Harwin is one of the Stark's people.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
and they're out here like, you know, trying to do good, but also kind of being outlaws at the same time.
So are they Rob people?
Oh my god. Harmut, I can't. Like, I can't keep it in.
Just tell me. I literally am so lost.
Who are some outlaws we've heard about in these lands that were sent here during King Robert's time? Come on.
Fucking like Beric and them?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. But I didn't know there were so many of them.
There were so many. Remember, it was like 80 people. Ned sent like 20 of his own people and then like a bunch of...
Okay, this is what... Okay, that's... Okay, that makes sense. Because I remember I was like, Harwin went with them to King's Landing, so how is he here? Because I was like, okay, the only people that didn't die were the ones that because, you know, he kept sending his people away. Like, they needed people at Winterfell, so he sent some back, and then they needed people, but, like, I couldn't remember the specifics.
I don't think he sent people to Winterfell, but he did, yeah, he was like, City Watch, take my people.
Right.
These
and then those people turned on him / died, and then, yeah, he just kept giving off, okay, that makes sense. Okay. My timelines are so confused. I thought Beric and shit happened after. Like, I didn't realize we'd sent Beric, like, before
Ned was the
war.
one that sent Beric.
What?
You don't remember this? Okay.
I don't remember this at all.
So this was when King Robert was out in the woods hunting, and Ned was standing in for the king, and he was on the Iron Throne, and he was hearing petitions.
Mm-hmm.
And a bunch of people came in being like, hey, the mountain burnt our crops and our villages and like killed our people and everything. And he was like, okay, well, this, and it was like one of the instigators of the war. Like, you know, when after Catelyn had taken Tyrion, the Lannisters were kind of doing these like petty attacks to try to lure Tullys into war.
Mm-hmm.
So Ned was like, well, this can't stand, so I'm going to send... And he couldn't go himself because he was injured.
Yeah.
So he sends Beric Dondarrion and Thoros of Myr plus like 60, 70 other people to go hunt down the mountain.
Oh, shit.
So that was the mission.
Okay. Totally forgot that. Because, like...
It was like 3 years ago that we read that, but still.
Okay. That makes sense. Damn.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. So both parties are Kingsmen, according to our knowledge.
Both parties?
Because there's
you mean like Harwin and Lem? I feel like they're all together.
Oh, okay. But because they were... Okay, because Gendry was the one who brought it, and he was like, it's random soldiers, it's blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
But if it had been, like Angus or something, he would have been like, oh, our people are here. Or like
And Guy.
Or yes, and Guy, him. And
a guy named Guy.
Yeah, a guy named Dan Guy.
Yeah. Okay. So are we caught up now?
Yes, we are caught up.
Okay, so
this isn't bad news.
This isn't bad news?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, that's good then. So why was I worried? Kind of.
I don't know.
I mean, okay, so they're kings. Okay, so they're like fighting for Robert, and they're kind of like trying to restore. But it's like, what are they? Like, what has that translated into?
Think back to like all the things we've been hearing about Beric Dondarrion and his like party of outlaws.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, they're harassing the Lannister army.
Yeah,
and like the village where Arya and everybody got caught, that village was being questioned and tortured for information on these people, right?
Right.
And some of the villagers refused to like give information because they were like, well, these people are assholes. We liked Beric Dondarrion. But then we've been like, oh yeah, he died last year. Or like, you know, all these really mixed reports.
Yeah.
So we're not sure like if they're doing good or doing bad, but they're doing.
Okay. I'm starting to feel a little bit less panicked about Arya.
Okay. Are we gonna meet Beric and or Thoros of Myr?
Ooh.
Are they still alive?
They're definitely still alive, but hopefully we meet them. That would be fun.
Yeah. So yeah.
What a
now,
wild ride.
All these people know who Arya is. Hot Pie knows who Arya is. Right?
He's probably gonna be kind of mad. He's gonna be like, "You couldn't have told me." She's gonna be like, "Really? You think you wouldn't have told the entire universe?"
Yeah, he ate Sly. Maybe he's aware of his weaknesses and won't hold it against her.
I don't think so.
All right,
is not self-aware.
Yeah, so now they know, and there's somebody who like can vouch for her identity, you know, for reals. Yeah. And she was heading to Riverrun. Are they gonna take her to Riverrun?
Ooh, I mean, they're probably not going to Riverrun. Like, they have things to do, places to be. So she might...
Or will they let her go to Riverrun on her own? Or, like, you know, continue as she was?
Ooh. I'm not sure. I feel like... You know what I feel like? I don't know. Because, like, Hot Pie's good at baking. What if they just kept him here and he just helped out? Because they took in that other orphan boy.
That's true. Like, that's Hot Pie. What about Arya, Gendry, all of that?
Arya and Gendry, I'm not sure. I feel like, I think she's too valuable to send on her own. Mm-hmm. So they might be like, stick with us long enough and we'll get you to safety. So she might, like, go with them.
Okay, so she'll just hang out with them for a while.
Yeah.
Until they get around to taking her home.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I want to tell you something so bad.
Tell me. You should tell me. Tell me.
Okay, I'll tell you.
Okay.
I think this is the next chapter. In the next Arya chapter, we meet Ned.
What the fuck? What does that mean?
I don't know. It's a thing.
We meet Ned?
Talking of next chapters.
What?
Let's move on.
Why would you tell me that? What does that...
I love it.
Is it a dream? Is it a vision? Is Arya becoming a warg? What's happening?
She's gonna warg into her dad's dead body?
No. Like, is she gonna, like, warg and then, like, go spy and, like, see things? I don't know. It's Nymeria. I don't know, but Nymeria is not close enough anymore. We established this. I thought this. According to my own predictions, they're no longer close enough for warging to happen.
Okay, watch this be not the next chapter. We'll see.
I'm scared. Okay.
Any other predictions? So she's gonna hang out with them. I feel like that's it, honestly.
Yeah.
Oh, but like, think about it. Like, they were so close to running into Brienne and Jaime and all that. You know?
Yeah. If they'd just been a couple of days, like, here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of... And, like, Arya would have recognized Jaime. Right.
Potentially. He did shave his head and stuff.
Right.
And grow...
Oh,
but
right.
she recognized Harwin, so...
I think she
could
would
have recognized him.
And then... Well, she doesn't know Brienne. Brienne doesn't know her.
And also, they were, like... Brienne and, like, Jaime and all of them weren't so far from Riverrun, so, like, they... Like, Arya and party were making progress. They were, like, really getting close, you know?
That's so true. Ugh.
So, yeah.
Oh
okay.
God.
Next chapters.
Mm-hmm.
We're reading 2.
Okay.
Hopes, predictions.
Arya, because what the fuck is going on with the whole
just
Ned
had
thing?
Arya.
I know, but the whole Ned thing, I need to know. And then let's go with maybe like a solid Catelyn.
Okay. You got 1 out of 2.
Okay.
So we're reading chapters 14 and 15 next time.
Okay.
And chapter 14 is Catelyn.
Okay.
The last time we saw her, it was it was just like a second and third chapter or something, and she was locked up in a cell.
Oh yeah, because she committed a crime.
Yes,
but she had to like forcibly get locked up, and then she was, like,
and she was hearing
rules.
About like Rob had gotten injured but was like recovering far away, and her brother was mad at her, and all of that.
Right.
Yeah. What do you think? What are we gonna get?
I think that maybe she'll... I don't know, because nobody's really enforcing anything on her. So she can just kind of go...
But her brother is in town now, or, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I guess they could, like, have a conversation. We could get some updates about what's going on.
Are we going to get any updates about Rob?
We could. That would be good.
We could anything, but, like...
Okay, sure, we will. We'll see what Rob's up to. We'll
see or hear.
Oh my god. We'll hear what Rob's up to.
I love being annoying. It's fun.
Okay.
And I think that's good. Okay. Chapter 15 is Catelyn's BFF, Jon.
Oh my god. That's so funny. Okay. Catelyn and Jon. Jon, what's Jon doing? Oh yeah, he met Mance Raider.
Yeah. And apparently ingratiated himself into Mance's like thing, and is now out in the wild and
yeah, so I guess they're traveling. They're getting to the wall, you know? Or passing the hill or whatever they're doing.
Passing the hill?
The hill, the hill
the
of
Fist of the First Men?
Yes.
The hill. Okay. Cool. I guess that's it then. Anything else to add for either the chapters we covered or the ones we're gonna cover?
I think that's everything.
What did I say was the question of the week? Oh, romantic relationships. Healthy romantic relationships.
Healthy Asoyef romantic relationships.
Okay, I just noted it down in case we do want to make that the question, because we're definitely going to forget in a minute.
Wait, wasn't there something we were going to... Oh no, we already talked about it.
Did we?
We were going to talk about Kingsmen, and then we talked about...
Oh, okay.
Because you noted it down.
Yes. Okay, everybody, email us, popculturesymposium@gmail.com, join the Discord, and follow us on Instagram @popculturesymposium. Until next time, farewell, my friends.
Talk to you later.